Okay, man, listen, I have been through everything this Halloween, alright? Jackhammer massacres, hell high schools, melting men, okay? I need the scariest fucking thing that you have ever, that you can think of. Just give me the scariest thing. I want the most terrifying, most unpredictable, repulsive, terrifying. Really? A frog? A frog. A frog on what is frogs on Halloween? Frogs on Halloween. How am I supposed to terrify my audience with a freaking frog? A frog? A frog. Frogs? Really? What's going on, guys? Welcome to 31 Days of Horror. I am Morgan Film Fan. Let's jump into some scares. Frogs is a film that was released in 1972 and stars Sam Elliott. And I didn't even know that until the film finished and the credits rolled because I didn't recognize him again, although he was playing one of the lead roles. I mean, I pretty much had to buy this film, and I really wasn't planning on it to be a 31 Days of Horror, but I decided to throw it in last minute. Like a few months ago, but pretty much one of the extras that I got to kind of thing. And I bought it for its poster, obviously. I like stupid creature features from like the 60s and 70s, and this one fits right into those. It's absolutely glorious. It also has Ray Milland, I think you pronounce his name, who's a really, really popular actor, especially from the 40s, but he's in an older role in this film. So what we have going on here is we have this guy named Pickett, who is played by Sam Elliott. He's the lead. And he's a photographer. He's a freelancer. And he's taking photographs of reptiles and frogs and stuff like that to basically sell to whoever's buying kind of thing. And he's on this lake in a canoe. And there's this boater on a speedboat going around, and they're drinking beers and everything. He's with his, I guess, wife. I think it's his wife. But he's drinking and boating kind of thing, and he just barely misses the canoe, but the canoe tips, and Pinkett's equipment just goes all in the water kind of thing. So this guy on the boat, his name is Clinton, basically offers a truce to Pinkett and offers to bring him back with him and his wife to an island, to his really rich, I don't know if it's his, I think it's his girlfriend's father, so his in-laws basically, or his in-law, and he or they both invite Pinkett to this island as kind of like a dinner and kind of an I'm sorry apology kind of thing for everything that went on kind of thing, and kind of a truce and let's bury the whole ordeal. It's Pickett Smith. I just want to apologize. It's Pickett Smith. I apologize if I'm saying Jada Pinkett Smith, because that's what I keep thinking of. But it's Pickett Smith, not Jada Pinkett Smith. So they bring his canoe and everything. They bring him to this island, and there's this really, really, really big house on this island. Ray Milland plays this guy named Mr. Crockett, and he owns the place. He has a really big family. There's a lot of characters in this film. And Mr. Crockett is vacationing, essentially. He's this really, like, bitter, like, stereotypical rich guy who's in this wheelchair. And you can tell he's, like, a veteran, but he's just, like, the most bitter old man who just drinks old fashions and is, like, grumpy all the time, telling everybody, like, thank you so much, now leave me alone kind of thing. Funny character. There's a lot of frogs around, okay, first of all. And then he has a conversation with Ray Milland's character, Mr. Crockett, and they start to really like get along. Mr. Crockett starts to get a liking to Pickett. Actually, everybody gets a liking to Pickett because he really plays that mysterious macho kind of guy who's like he becomes the leader pretty much in every situation he's in. And Mr. Crockett likes this, and there's a guy that went missing in the forest named Grover, and he was supposed to like be poisoning the frogs because the frogs are basically infesting. And Mr. Grover's been missing for a while, so he sends Pinkett to go look for Grover, and Grover finds it, sorry, I'm mixing up names here. Pinkett Smith goes out to look for Grover and finds him dead, essentially. So he comes back, he only tells Mr. Crockett, I think, yeah, he only tells Mr. Crockett about Grover's death and Mr. Crockett decides to not let anybody else on the island know. And essentially, the infestation just slowly starts to get bigger and bigger, and you start getting a lot of deaths. The back of the film says that this film is rated G, but there's a lot of like gruesome moments in this film. Not overboard, but there's a lot of stuff that happens that's pretty violent for a G-rated film. I liked one death involving this guy who wants to go hunting, and he accidentally ends up tripping and shooting himself, and then a bunch of spiders and spider webs like start covering him. It was really, really an interesting death kind of thing. But my favorite has to be involving a greenhouse, where this guy named Kenneth is picking some flowers, and then these reptiles start crawling on the shelves and dropping poison on purpose. So there's a line in the film that says like maybe nature is like getting back at us kind of thing. And the film plays out that way, where like nature is kind of attacking back to the humans, but not in a violent way. The frogs kind of they're danger in numbers, essentially. It's more of like, there's other creatures in this film like crocodiles and reptiles and stuff like that do more of the damage. But the frogs come in like hundreds, basically. And everybody except for Mr. Crockett starts to notice the danger. Mr. Crockett just wants to stay in this household, in his humble abode, drink his old fashions, and just stay put, while everybody's like, okay, people are going missing and people are getting hurt. Let's get the fuck off this island. But Mr. Crockett's like, no, I'm staying here. I'm staying put. You're either with me or you're gone. Like, if you want to leave, leave. And even like the help around the house, like the maids and stuff, are like, yeah, we should probably get out of here, Mr. Crockett. And he's like, no, I'm staying. So he's a stubborn son of a bitch, obviously. But essentially, Pinkett Smith kind of takes control of the situation, and he gets everybody off, and he's kind of like the hero of the story. But this film played out really, really funny. I like the whole reptile thing. This film is loaded with frogs, but like I said, a lot of other animals too. A lot of snakes. So if you're squeamish about snakes, there's definitely a lot of them, but a lot of like good shots of the reptiles, which I really, really enjoyed. It's exactly what you think it is. It's a creature feature from the 70s. And like I said, I didn't recognize Sam Elliott, but it's really cool to see him in a younger role, and he did a really good job. And I just liked the whole direction of the film. It was a lot of fun. Like, it was a lot of silly fun kind of thing, which I really like from these kind of films. And I like the characters a lot, and I certainly like the deaths. The deaths were really creative and playful, and I really had a good time with that. And the climax of the film too, when everything starts to get into like the water and the boats and stuff like that, it really got cool, and it was fun. It was a really fun film. I really had a good time with frogs. Not pure horror, obviously. It's more like creature feature action, kind of thriller in a sense, and very tame because it's a G-rated film, or PG at the most. But it was cool. I really, really liked it. So Frogs is day 25. It was hella fun, and I didn't think frogs could be so scary, but they are. I might watch out for them next time I'm taking a hike. Subscribe to Mark and Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.